Hello everyone, welcome back to House Gnome Gaming and our next episode, episode 4 of Frostpunk, A New Home. Let's get right into today's video. When we left off last time, we were exploring the region around us and we had some of our survivors show up, so we are expanding our livable area around our generator. And today we're going to work on getting some more buildings set up, doing some more exploration, and just in general getting everything ready to start getting into the meat of the game. All the setup is now done, and we're going to start getting into the more fun stuff. Alright, so we've got the gloomy cave. There's a dark cave entrance visible on the hillside. We think we saw a faint wisp of smoke coming from it, but it's gone now. And the sturdy shelter. A bulky cylindrical construction stands out on a small hill. The Union Jack flies over it, but there's no sign of movement. Let's go ahead and head out to the gloomy cave. It's 20 hours to get there, 6 for the Lost Expedition. We might be able to save a little time by going to the Lost Expedition first and then over to the gloomy cave. Sometimes if you have gone to points along the route, you can use those points to cut a little bit of time rather than taking a direct route. So we're going to try that. So we're going to send our team there and we're going to see what's happening in our town. Let's see, it's nighttime, everybody's asleep. Our people found a trail leading into the wilderness. We should follow it. We must find other people and ask them for help to secure our survival. So what that typically means is, yep, sturdy shelter has that little dot on it now, so they want us to follow that for the storyline. But again, we're going to go ahead and go to the gloomy cave first. Okay, we've got 29 homeless people. We had some people show up. We're going to need to build some more houses. Now you can see our steam hub is heating up a circular area that we can build in. And any of our housing within the steam hub will stay warm, but the steam hub will only put out heat as long as the generator is running. So in order to save a little coal, if you're having some issues, you turn your generator off. Just keep in mind that you're gonna turn your steam hubs off as well, but typically everybody is at work during the day anyway, so as long as you're keeping your workplaces warm during the day, you don't have to worry so much about at night. Now, later on, it's going to get so consistently cold that we're going to keep the generator running at all times. And to that end, we need to get some people in our coal thumper so we can start building up a little stockpile in the coal thumper. Alright. Now we're going to head to the gloomy cave. Okay, so 11 hours. So it was 20 to go straight from the city to the gloomy cave. We did 6 from the city to Lost Expedition and another 11 hours to the gloomy cave, so we saved 3 hours there. That's excellent. And again, tents will house 10 people each, so we go to our housing conditions, we can see everybody's livable, everybody's in tent, and we have 11 vacant beds. Which is fine because we're going to be getting a lot more people. Alright, as you can see, we've got 21 hungry people now, and we're going to be leaving our cookhouse staffed up. Take the engineers out of there and take a couple workers out of there and move them over here. We fill that back up with engineers. At the moment we don't have enough food coming in to merit a full-time cook staff, so we'll short staff it for a little while. And then we've got 1 sick person and 13 people being treated, and we have 2 medical posts. So if we check out our economy, go to the health tab, our medical posts are working at 100% efficiency, so we don't have any sick workers going on right now. 1 full post, and we have 7 empty spots in our second post. And over here we can see about 10 hours for that person to be healed, and we have someone headed to treatment. And in this one, a couple people being healed within 11 hours, and then the rest is going to take a day or so. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Oops. Oh well. So as you can see, we just kicked all our sick people out, and then we'll have to go back in. All right, everybody's eaten, so everybody's happy, or is eating, so they're happy. And it's time to make a new law. We need to start doing something with the children. We're not going to need to put them into jobs just yet, or at all actually, on this run through, because we're going to have enough people come in. But I don't want to waste the money to build shelters. If you put them in shelters, they're taken care of during the day, but that's 20 wood and 5 steel, and we just don't have the supplies for that quite yet. So I think at the moment we're just going to go with organ transplant. That is where we're going to chop up any dead bodies that we have, and it will help our sick recover faster. I believe we still get that bonus whether or not we have any dead people. If you check the snow pit, you can see we don't have any bodies because nobody's died yet. Alright, and we've gone level 3 of our research, so we've opened a lot of stuff up. That's going to give us a lot of choices. And I think we're going to go for hunting tactics right now, which will decrease the number of people in our hunting huts from 15 to 10. We can take the extra 5 people from each hut and either build a third hunter's hut, which will get us more food, or we can move them into maybe a gathering post. But we would probably use them to make another hunter's hut because we need food. I'm going to turn on the heat in the coal thumper, and to save coal, I'm going to go ahead and shut down the generator because it's not that cold out right now. You can see I only took it down to chilly. Okay, so we have our hunting tactics. Where are our heat? I'm going to drop another level. But we can increase that one already. I think what I'm going to do next I'm going to increase our scouts, and then we're going to build that additional hunter's hut. So that will allow us to send 2 groups of scouts out to visit exploration areas. We may not need to use that right away, but as we go along, we're going to uncover more areas to explore, and we can do it a lot faster with scouts. All right, I'm going to put one more workshop up for research. Darn, I misjudged when I put these guys there. I should tear them down and remove them. Oh well. Almost to our next destination. And there we are. This cave is or was inhabited. There are a number of footprints leading to its entrance. We should check if there's still someone alive up there. Beset by beasts. We can hear terrified shrieks coming from a cave uphill. When we come closer, several polar bears turn toward us, blocking the entrance. There are people trapped inside, and those beasts are picking them off one by one and feasting on them. Ew, that's kind of gory. All right, we have two choices. We can leave the bears alone and let the survivors become the bears' dinner, or we can try attacking the bears, which will give us 4 children, 19 engineers, and 12 workers, but there is a warning. And basically what that warning is letting us know is that there's potential danger there. So if we take this option, we run the risk of losing our expedition team, and those workers will be dead. But we will get the survivors either way. And typically when I played this, I always try to do perfect runs and see if I can do these things without killing anybody. And I would save, because this is a random chance, and then I would just reload until my guys don't die. But we're going to do it naturally this time, and so we're just going to risk attacking the bears, and if they die, they die. And we did not die. We would have heard a goom sound had we died. We had to help the survivors. When our scouts attacked the bears, the people in the cave joined them, and together they drove the beasts away. Then they all set out towards our city. So that's great. We didn't lose our expedition team, and we have gained a decent amount of new survivors to come and work for us. Had we lost our team, we would have lost everything that they carried, if they were carrying anything, and this portrait here with the expedition team would not show a person, because we would have to build a new team in order to send them back out. But regardless, the survivors would come to the city. Alright, we got our new workshop. Get that going. And it's nighttime, so we're going to turn the heat back on. We're going to build a steam steelworks, because steel is incredibly important to have, and it's a little bit harder to get than wood, simply because the wall drill, you can see, is generating 14.4 pieces of wood per hour, with a potential of 16 per hour if we upgrade it. The steelworks is only generating 4 steel per hour, so these 2 steelworks are generating a little more than half of what this wall drill is generating per hour. So we need to upgrade these, because we are eventually going to start upgrading our housing to bunk houses, which you can see takes 20 wood and 10 steel per house. And then we move to regular houses, which takes even more, and we have to build these things for all of our survivors that are in the city. You want to upgrade your houses, because each upgrade gives you a boost in your warmth level. Cold homes. Okay, yet again, they are complaining that their houses are cold, and once again, I'm going to ignore that, because that is a trap. Alright, everybody is housed. We have enough food up here, 152 pieces. And only one hungry person, so enough food to feed everybody. We have extra room in our medical tents, so everyone's being treated for any medical issues that they have. And now we're going to head out to the sturdy shelter. So we're going to go by the Lost Expedition first to try and cut some time again, and then to the sturdy shelter. We're going to travel along in the storyline. Alright. So we have 39 employable people and 27 kids. And we're definitely going to have to do something with the kids soon. So it's time to put some workers in this gathering post. can put some in that one. And let's build another workshop. Tear this road down here, because we don't need that. And we have some homeless people, so let's make them not homeless. I like it when we make them not homeless. And as you can see, sending out people to work in our building in the cold, we've increased the number of sick people. They do get sick if they have to work in the cold.
Get to work. Move, people. There's plenty to do.
All right. Don't have any steam cores, so we can't increase our wall drill level to increase our wood output. Once the temperature starts dropping regularly, we're going to need more coal. Trying to decide. I want to improve the heaters, which will make the heaters warm the buildings an extra 10 degrees, or do I want to go for the generator efficiency? Or do I want to do the steam coal thumper? Actually, we're just going to go ahead and do the bunkhouse. That will actually be more handy. Alright, so our coal is full, and they won't continue to gather as long as we don't have the room to store it. So we're going to build some storage areas. I'm going to do the insulation on the gathering posts. What that's going to do is make these gathering posts naturally a level warmer, which will help keep them warmer when it's cold outside, because they tend to run colder than most of the other buildings. We're going to upgrade the steamworks after work hours. Alright, sturdy shelter. Shelter is well supplied and built to withstand even the worst weather. An advanced steam heating system protects it from the cold. Food rations, steam cores, and wood. Let's explore that. Shelter is comfortable and well equipped with emergency supplies. There's a notice posted by the heavy round door to all scientists. If you use any supplies, remember to notify the quartermaster upon your return to the city. This means there's another city out there. A signpost by the trail points in two directions. London, 1,934 miles. Home, 27 miles. And we're going to get 96 food, 1 steam core, which we need, and 219 wood. Excellent. And we're going to head to the steel bridge. Alright, we've got a storage unit ready to go. We're going to click coal for that. That's going to double our ability to store coal. And let's go ahead and take some child shelters.
Hear me, hear me. New law.
So we have a lot of stuff to build now. first. Each child shelter will house 15 children during the day. So we're going to build 2 because we have 27 kids. Oh, they are just whipping through this research. I forget how quick the research goes on normal mode. Upgrade the efficiency of our heaters so it's a little less coal burning, because starting tomorrow we're going to have to leave the generator running all day. Yay! They like having the kids in shelters. Our hope rises, and we get a modifier if all children are in a shelter. And we are going to upgrade our steelworks before the start of the workday. $270 pieces of coal left there. I'm going to put them on a faster work shift because I want them getting that coal out of the way. Bridge to Winterhome. A brass plaque on the bridge tower reads, "Built by the people of Winterhome in AD 1887. The bridge is kept completely snow-free by a working automaton." We stopped at the edge of a deep, wide ravine, marveling at the steel bridge spanning it, even more so at the huge automaton sweeping snow from the roadway. It would be possible to send the machine back to our city or disassemble it for resources. Okay, we've discovered 2 sites, the weather station and the large convoy. We can either send the automaton to the city, or we can dismantle it for 87 steel and 2 steel core. At this point, I want to keep the automaton, I think. They're quite spendy to make, and we haven't researched the ability to make it, although that we do have it. Now, what the heck, let's dismantle it. We turned the automaton off and disassembled it, extracting a decent amount of resources from it. As we were finishing, the first wisps of snow started to settle on the now empty bridge. Alright, now we have 2 directions that we can go, the weather station or the large convoy. And this is where a second exploration team comes in handy. So we are going to go large convoy. And we're going to replace these 5 workers with engineers. Create a second scout team. And send them out. The search for other cities, deserted bridge. Finding the bridge to Winterhome proved that we were on the right track, but raised questions. Why was the bridge deserted? Why wasn't the automaton under the care of an engineer? There are logical explanations to it all, but people are growing anxious. We'll find out in Winterhome. Hope falls slightly. Well, there weren't the gains we made from putting the kids in the shelters.
Wrap up well. The frost is here.
Okay, and we got our temperature drop, which is going to hang out for a couple of days, which is why we needed all that coal. And as you can see, I'm running...
Get going. Time to earn your bread.
The steelworks is being built, and I am running a steam hub, as well as having heaters on some of these buildings, and they are still quite cold. With this one, we're going to turn off because it doesn't need its own individual heat. But the coal thumper is only livable with both a steel hub and its own internal heater going. See, the housing is cold despite the fact that we have the steel hub and the generator on. And then we have all these buildings right here that are cold that need to be individually heated. And this is going to suck a lot of our coal up. So what we want to do here is get us a steam hub going. Where to put it? I need to build a piece of road. Really should have put this right up against the cookhouse, but I misjudged where I built them. How far over can I go and still get both those child shelters? Okay, I think this is the most optimal place. If we put it here, this will be the only building not within the circle of heat. And we'll be able to turn all of those heaters off and replace them with one steam hub. Okay. All right, we have upgraded our steelworks. And you can see if they're running at 100% efficiency, we are now getting 7 steel per hour, where before we were only getting 4. And our wall drill is a little bit cold. So let's put a steel hub out by it also. If I put it here, it's not going to heat up the grave. Go ahead and do some flying hunters. That will increase the amount of food the hunter huts can gather by upgrading them with steel. Doing okay with our sick, so we are going to have our children be medic apprentices. So while they're at the shelters, they're going to help with the medical facilities, which will make them more efficient.
Listen, everyone.
And since we're all upgraded and we've got everything except for this one steam hub built, I'm gonna turn all these heaters off and set the steam hub to only run when the buildings are open. Let's go ahead and start upgrading some housing. Now my goal eventually is to get rid of all these tents around this generator and replace them with medical buildings. But first we are going to upgrade our homes. Okay, so if we build a new house, it will cost us 20 wood and 10 steel. But we can upgrade a house, and because we've already got wood into the tents, it drops the cost of the wood by 8, so it's 12 wood and 10 steel. The next time we upgrade, it will decrease the cost of both the wood and the steel because we will already have some steel to recycle, basically. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of those without killing our wood pile. And the people do go homeless while you're tearing their tent down and rebuilding their house. Child shelter, note of thanks. We just wanted to thank you. Back in London, it was only the wealthy that didn't have to send their kids to work. In this new world you're creating, we can see things will be different. It was the right thing to do, and hope will rise slightly. Okay, and this is on extended shift, so we will move that to extended shift, and you can see we raised our temperature level of our wall drill. Again, it's important to keep us warm so that we don't get sick. Coal pile depleted, and this gathering post is now devoid of resources to gather, so we're going to dismantle it, and we're going to move our workers You know what, let's build another gathering post over here to get this coal. Can I keep it within the range? Shoot. Ah, perfect. Okay, if you take a look at this green pile here and the steam hub here, I think if I... Nope, it's out of range. Shoot. Thought I could get it in both, but I can't. Wow, it is just barely out of range of all of these. But there's not much coal there. So what we're going to do is we'll just build it here, connect it to a road, and they'll be chilly for a couple of days. It should only take a day or so to gather up all that coal.
Gather your tools. The shift is ending.
Alright, launch convoy. This is a convoy carrying workers that got lost in a blizzard. They are weak and have no provisions. We should listen to their story and escort them to our city. They sought Winterhome. The workers who were riding in this convoy told us they were heading for the city of Winterhome. We were supposed to follow the signal from the beacon, but we couldn't pick it up, they say. We tried to follow a search pattern to find it, but we ran out of fuel. Do we want to escort them to the city, which will give us 18 engineers and 26 workers? Send them to the city, and some of them will die, so we don't know how many we'll end up with at the end, or leave them to their fate, where they will all die. We're going to escort them because we want all the people. Okay, and let's go ahead and upgrade the medical post, which will give us a 10% buff to the healing while we can. We'll put workers in that gathering post to gather up that last little coal pile. And our house upgrades are happening. You can see they look better than the tents. They're not exactly gorgeous, but you know, beggars and choosers, right? Alright, and I think this is where we are going to leave off with this episode. Next time we will continue upgrading our houses, get the survivors in, and continue to explore. Thank you for joining me for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like below. If you'd like to see more, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified when new videos come out. Once again, I'm House Gnome Gaming. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.